Hey, Mike Kellan here. I want to make a quick video. I had a lot of questions submitted. How to create a predictable, scalable, and yes, delegatable estimate system. So if you are in the field yourself as the business owner, manager, out with a tape measure, the old measuring wheel here, these are things of the past. Yes, we still use them in each business, but we're basically trying to get away from them. So I'm going to show you how to create a form and a system. So if you do have to go out and use these tools in the field, the business owner does not have to go out and use these tools. We create a predictable system to get constant data in the system and predictable results out. So these things should be a thing of the past after watching this video. If you are the business owner and you want to create a system that's delegatable. So the old measuring wheel and the tape measure here, we're going to throw them out the trash and hopefully delegate these systems. So I'm going to show you how to set this up in the CRM that we're using called Service Autopilot. And in addition, I'm going to show you how to replace these tools with a on-site system, as well as a satellite driven through Google Earth with measurement and tracking inside the CRM that we use inside Service Autopilot. So hang tight, let me put these down, and I'm going to kind of get into how we're going to throw these out the trash and keep them out of your car or truck as the business owner, because you know what? They suck, and we don't really need them anymore in 2019 and beyond. So I'm going to show you what we did in our business, and if it's of interest, you can adopt it in your business starting tomorrow. So here we go. So I'm going to bump the screen out here and get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is create an on-site estimate form. I'm going to actually get rid of this agenda here, or this screen thing on the bottom here, so we can actually see what we're looking at. But what we're going to be doing is creating a on-site estimate form. So if you're using a different CRM other than Service Autopilot, this can probably be driven through like a Google form or different platforms, but this is how we tackle it. So if you're in Service Autopilot, there was quite a rumbling about that today and yesterday, how to actually make this work and how to connect the dots. I'm going to show you step-by-step how we do it. A lot of folks fly up to New York State, upstate Rochester, where we're located, to do these two-day or one-day deep dives. And this is what we build out for people. So we're going to show you the DIY version, not give away all the secrets, but we're going to get you a working model so you can start this out tomorrow or tonight if you're going to burn the midnight oil and watching this live tonight. So first thing you do is go into marketing and go into forms. Once you have that open, we're going to create a form. So this is our on-site estimate form. So you're going to go under the tab here and add a field. The two main fields to start with are going to be name and address if you want to do this on a client. If you want to do this on a lead, which is probably more accurate at this point, you can do name and email. But my thought is we need to have an address. We're going to do an address. So we need to set this up with name and address minimal, because right off the website, that is going to qualify them and basically weed out the tire kickers, as well as get us a good system in place. So my recommendation is to go first name, last name, and address. If you want to minimize the amount of data intake, it's going to be first name, last name, and email. Those are the minimal things in Service Autopilot you need for successful implementation. So now that we've hit this, we're going to go and hit add. We're going to hit name, and we're going to hit address, or if you want to do the lead version of this, name and email. Once they're loaded, we're going to click into this. Under the map to feature, it needs to be the name, first and last name needs to be mapped to client first name, last name. That's the first key point. The bottom part here, when we go to address, needs to be mapped to service address. This allows the system to know that first name, last name is being merged into the client or lead, and the address is the service address. Those are the two key variables that you need for success right out the bat to make this happen. Now, the next cells and areas that we're going into aren't needed, but this is how we tackle it. So as we scroll down, and I'm going to actually tackle the other part here under form settings. You can see here I'm scrolling over. The form setting needs to be set to auto submit right here, auto approve, on submit, and create and update lead or client. I'm going to recommend lead because that will get your leads in the system. Once again, leads need to be first name, last name, email. Clients need to be first name, last name, and mapped back. Address needs to be mapped back to service address. That's going to be the key things that most people miss. So that's how we tackle that. As we're going in, we're grabbing some other information such as cell phone, email. As we're clicking into those, we're going to go through. So cell phone number is going to be mapped back to cell phone number. Email is going to be mapped back to email. So now every time we enter those in, they're automatically entered in on the client or leads record with no double entry. And if we pull this form back up or another form with that data in it, and it's mapped back correctly, it will auto-populate and alleviate any double entry. So diving into the delegatable estimates now, we're going to go in and grab the certain things we need in the field if we can't measure them online. I'm going to show you how we tackle them in the field here or off the satellite. But this is how we tackle a delegatable field. So if we're going in and we're grabbing the old measuring tools, this is where we tackle this. I also recommend if you can measure it on the satellite after you see it and you're sitting in front of the house, measure it on the satellite. It's a hell of a lot more accurate and definitely quicker. But we're going to do lawn square footage. So if we can't measure it on the satellite, we're going to go in and type that in, measure that to a custom field, and go in and put it into turf square footage. Now, every time you fill that in manually, it enters in on the client record or lead record. Landscape bed square footage. We're going to go in, type that in, and we're going to do it to a custom field. And we're going to select the custom field of bed square foot. Number of large, medium, and small shrubs. We're going to go in once again. Custom field, large shrubs, medium shrubs, small shrubs are all mapped back to that custom field. Number of 10-foot sections of hedgerow with a ladder or without a ladder. So we can go in and measure either by the foot or 10-foot sections and basically delegate this to someone who has never, ever estimated this type of property. So Paul, that ran the lawn care company for me, had only been a commercial fertilizing technician, basically. He had never done lawn mowing, bed edging, mulching, pruning, and within probably 7 to 10 days worth of training how to use this form and the data he needed to collect, he was estimating the same way I was basically estimating after 24 to 25 years of experience. So this can be delegated with a process. I'm going to show you when we pull up the estimate form how we can go in and make sure they can't shave their pencil and cheat you as a business owner as well. Any live questions or comments, feel free to drop me and I'll answer them. Sam, can you keep this on after? So yeah, Sam, we're going to leave the recorded version of this up. And if you have any questions, Sam, feel free to ask them while we're live here as well. Then we've got shrub pruning, property specifics. So this is going to be added to the actual estimate description. So the biggest problem is when we're going out